Hello guys, welcome to Learn to Do It. And in this occasion, we're going to learn how to delete that extra pesky blank page in Microsoft Word. If you ever use Word, you probably have seen this. You are working on your document and you're done for the day when suddenly you see that extra blank page at the end of your document. And you try different things to delete it and you just won't find a way to do it. Well, here we learn how to get rid of it and why this happens so often and how to avoid it. Also, along the way, we'll learn some tips on how to format your document correctly. Having said that, let's get started. So here I have a Microsoft Word document open, and here's the issue that I'm talking about, that extra blank page at the end of your document. You finish typing, everything looks good, you seem to have some spacing here, but yet you get that extra blank page and you don't know how to get rid of it. And by the way, today is the 29th of July 2022, and I'm using the latest version of Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word, which is part of Microsoft Office 365. However, this tutorial should apply to any version of Microsoft Word you may have, since I have seen the same issue for over 2 decades now that I have been using Microsoft Word. It may also help you if you are having a similar problem using another word processor. Just follow the principles you learn here and you should be able to survive that as well. So how to fix that? Well, before fixing it, we need to understand why this happens. Oftentimes, when a page goes over its limit in length, you get that extra blank page. So why this happened? Because from what we've seen here, everything looks normal, but you had that extra blank page. Well, there are different ways to do it. Let's go here. Let's go straight to it. You see the paragraph button here. Let's try to identify the problem first. Why this happened? This is going to help us a lot. And I mean a lot, because you don't see where the problem is. You try different things and that page is always there, right? So let's click on it. So what this symbol does is shows this symbol, which means paragraph, at the end of the paragraph. So wherever you see that symbol, that means that is a paragraph where it ends. So you see here on our document, each paragraph has one of these symbols at the end. Even here that we have a graphic, a chart, you see a paragraph symbol because it occupies a space there that is defined by a paragraph. So, but when you go here, and then you see two extra paragraphs. So what does this mean? This means you have inadvertently, you have inserted two extra blank spaces. Maybe you hit the space bar, maybe you hit the enter key. Also, that can happen when you copy content from other sources. For instance, I had this document here in WordPad, which is another word processor, also from Windows, but this is a dumbed down version of Microsoft Word, but it's good for our example. So you copy, each document has its own format. You already have a style defined in your document, right? In this case, we have Arial as our font and we have size 13, right? Okay, so when you come here, you have this is Calibri 16, and I had different variations of different font here. We had this Chop, it's called this font, and I made it big, and so I did it on purpose, so just to show you when you copy content from one place to another, and let's do it here, Control C to copy, or you could select and right click and copy. Okay, and when you come to Word and you paste it somewhere, you see the text is pasted here, but as you can see, it has different font size or font type, and each font has its own formatting attached to it, its own style, its own spacing, and that's going to affect the flow of the document. And also, when you import from outside sources like WordPad in this case, or even the web. Let's go to the web. I have here a Bible verse, right? And let's copy this text. And God said, let it be light, and there was light. Okay, when you copy that and you bring it into Microsoft Word, it could also bring all the things. Like here, this is a good example. See, I pasted, and automatically that introduced an extra space that you didn't intend. So if you are copying stuff from one place to another, this is very common to happen. You might not notice it right away. And this starts pushing your document. So as you could see, and the document has been pushed down, and now you have a trailing, I wouldn't say orphan, but you had 2 lines of text. And this thing is so important, the paragraph space, because for instance, when you see here, this is a paragraph, but you don't see the symbol here. Why? Because that paragraph ends here. So this tells you another clue if you ever encounter something like this. And let's suppose that this is a blank page here, or nothing shows, but you don't see the paragraph here symbol. That means it continues on to the next line. So to fix all of this, we're gonna do different techniques here. But I want you to understand the importance of this symbol to identify the problem. Again, when you copy content from an outside source, it's gonna have its own spacing. So it's not necessarily going to match your document, but quickly, and this is actually not part of the tutorial, but probably I'll do something for that later. But you got one thing you could do is fixing first the format of the text that you just brought in, right? What is that text we brought in? Right here. You see, it's not the same format. This is like smaller text, different font. This is Times New Roman, and you want it to be the same. Microsoft Word gives you this option here when you paste it to give you pasting option. If you select this one, the one that has the little notepad and the letter 8, what it does when you paste the document, it applies to the format of your existing document. But you have to be aware, let's get rid of the paragraph for a symbol for a little bit, that things will change. For instance, we have a superscript here that is gone because the style was applied to that. So you will want to, if you want to keep it, you will want to use the superscript button on the page. And again, this is to format the content. And another way to do it, I'm gonna do it here also. Let's do it again. So I just went back. Control Z will give you an undo of the document. Okay. Trying to see. Well, let's copy again. I think I lost it. Let's copy again. Let's copy this one. I just want to show you one more thing before we continue. I think this is important. Let's paste it here. So another thing is you can actually select one part of your text. Again, I'm just gonna give you a shortcut. Really important. Control C, you know that is to copy, and Control V, paste. For instance, this works called Morris, and by the way, I'm using Lauren Ipsum for sample text. Okay, this is like jargon text, and I just copy that. If I Control V, press Control V, it pastes the same word. Okay, so but this shortcut that I'm gonna give you is gonna copy the style. Okay, so again, you can select any text or any portion of the text. Let's suppose this is red. Okay, and you select it. So Control Shift C, copies the style. If you go here, for instance, the text that we pasted, and Control Shift V. Remember, to copy text and paste is Control C and Control V. But we adding Shift to copy the style. Control C. Let's do it again. Control C. And let's select our text. Control Shift C. I copy the style here, here, and Control Shift V will paste the style. Do you see how cool that is? And it's the same style as your document. And let's put the superscript again and again. If you want to make it, I was just wanted to see it, so we can make it black. Okay. And again, you see all of that, but I have been adding more text, and now you don't have a blank page, but you have a page with some document. Let's suppose you have it like that. This also happens a lot, and you say, well, you know what? It's only 1 or 2 lines of text. I don't want an extra page just with 2 lines of text. Let's put it all together. All right, let's go back to the paragraph button here that shows us the problem. Again, here you don't see the paragraph here symbol. Usually it's at the end, always is at the end, but you see it here. That means this is a whole paragraph. But then you have these 2 extra paragraphs. And you can turn this off, on and off. You don't need to see it, but just to show it, to show you, you can do 2 things to fix it. We can get rid of those 2 extra paragraphs first. Let's turn it off so you can see it. All you have to do is go place your cursor at the end, okay? And you could do it different ways. Let's do it the first way. You could use your backspace. Hit 1, that one is gone. Hit 2, that one is gone. Okay? So now you don't have those extra 2 blank pages, but you have this other text here, this trailing text. But let's bring those back, because let's fix that first, and let's get rid of the text that we pasted. Remember, so which is from here, right? So we stay how we started again, blank page. Okay, so you could do it 2 ways. You go to the end, backspace, because it's 2 paragraphs. That's it. The page is gone, right? I'm gonna undo twice, Control Z, and let's do a different way. Let's go to the end of the paragraph here and press the delete key. Delete. You see 1 paragraph is gone, the other paragraph is gone, and the page is gone. We fixed the issue at hand. But let's copy some text. Let's copy this text from here. Okay. Let's copy this text. I'm just randomly doing it. Let's put it somewhere. Let's put it here. Okay, you see that pushes the whole thing, and now you have extra page. So there are different ways to do it. You can resize the text. Let's do that. See, you gain some space, but let's leave it at that. And let's play it instead of changing the text here. Let's suppose you want to keep it like that. And again, I already show you how to format. You copy the style. And Control Shift C and Control Shift V. You paste the style, and it's there. But let's leave it like that for now. Let me do a couple of undos. Okay, and let's fix that just by changing paragraph spacing. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Control A, which is select all. Also, you can right click somewhere. Let's see. well, let's keep it with a shortcut. Let's keep it simple. Control O to select everything, and you have this button here, which is to change the spacing on the paragraph. If you hit here, see, you can make it bigger. Okay, actually this is the text, the line height. Let's click on the little arrow here, and let's go to where it says line options. Okay, and here they had different spacing. So let's do something. You got 0, let's put 0 here, and let's put 6 for the spacing, and 0 because that means paragraph before and after. I like to always put before 0 and just work with the after. That means the spacing before the paragraph and spacing after the paragraph. So you should only use that, because if you put 6 here and 6 here, then it's going to be 12, because there's going to be a space before and a space after it. Let's do it and you'll see it. Okay, so let's do it like that. Say 6, right? We have it here. Let's see. See, that in itself fixed the problem. You see, it's no more. If I undo, you see, it's there. So just by fixing this line spacing, again, I made it 0 for the paragraph spacing and 6, and that's gone. See, that's a way to fix it. There's another way to fix it, which is changing the spacing between the word. Okay, and let's do that. And this is, we're gonna go to the font menu. This is a little bit different. Click the little arrow button here. This is kind of hidden here. I don't know why, because this is very important. And we're gonna go to advanced, and where it says spacing here, we're gonna select expand it. Actually condense. That means we're gonna condense the spacing in between each word of each sentence. Okay, so let's put it like 0.5. So you're just gonna make the text tight. See, it helped, but not quite. So I had to do is go back to it. It's gonna take me there directly now. I'm gonna make it let's make it 0.8. Let's see what happens. There you go. It fixed it, but you made the text maybe too tight. And again, the idea is let's make it 0.7. You play number by number, and that brought it back. So for this case, 0.8, but maybe you don't want that because the text is too tight. Okay, so you want to keep the, so let's go back, let's keep this normal. Again, I'm giving you different ways to do it. Sometimes one specific technique is going to help you better than the other, depending on your situation. Here, again, I just undid that, and I'm going back and get rid of using the paragraph spacing. I'm going to make it 6, right? Which is a nice spacing in between paragraphs. See, and that's it, guys. This is how I fix it. And again, this is gonna help you also to, oh, I should have got rid of this, the paragraph thing, because it looks cleaner now. To format your document, sometimes let's say you want just this paragraph here, for instance, to be bigger for whatever reason. Let's make it 18. See, you have spacing here, but probably that brought the page back. You see, and that's how you see it. That's why the problem is sometimes your paragraph spacing is too big, and that's all you need to do. Just play with that. 12 probably won't cut it either, but let's see it. Nope. So again, we're going back. Let's make it 6, and that should work. And again, sometimes at work I have to make it like 3 or 2 because sometimes I have a lot of text. And again, your document is nice and tight. And that's how you get rid of that extra pesky blank page in PowerPoint. Uh, well, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, for the most part, it works a little bit different. And our next tutorial is gonna be fixing a problem that is with slide numbers in PowerPoint. Just hope you guys enjoyed this. Just keep in mind this, that usually uh, the the paragraph tool will show you. Sometimes let's do enter. You see you have a paragraph space there, and sometimes when you paste document or when you paste text from an outside source, it will paste the text, bring the formatting of the text, and plus bring invisible characters. A space, remember, is a character. So here is a character, and the paragraph space is symbol is telling us just so. So here I click backspace and done. I hope you enjoy and share the knowledge.